Here with Rhys and Connor. If you guys would each take a minute, introduce yourself, and then we'll get started.
Yeah, sure. I'm Connor from the UK. I recently qualified for the World Championships 2017, finishing with 379 CP out of 350.
Awesome.
I'm Rhys. So I'm also from the UK, from Coventry, so sort of central England, and I'm on 350 points exactly. So I've also qualified, and 66 play points.
There you go. So you guys already shared how many points you got. That's awesome. And congratulations, Rhys, on hitting the mark exactly. And how many points did you guys get from the different events, like cups, regionals, internationals, and maybe even league challenges for your first quarter, or other quarters too? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'll start with that. I've just got it on my phone.
Okay.
So from each sort of event, league challenges I got 57 CP. League cups I got 190 CP, and regionals I got 132 CP.
Okay.
I did go to the internationals in London, but I didn't get any points from that, unfortunately.
And I got 37 from league challenges, 225 from league cups, 88 from regionals, and then none again from London internats.
Okay. And what decks were you guys playing? Were you playing a lot of different decks, or which decks earned you the most CP?
Oh, I mainly played 3 different decks, like sort of when each set came out. So initially after rotation, I played a lot of Dark Road Dragons, a lot of variants of that.
Okay.
That only netted me 74 CP though, like the lowest out of the 3 main decks I played.
Mm-hmm.
The other deck I played was Mega Rayquaza, a lot. That got me 99 CP,
Nice.
which was a regionals top 64 and a League Cup win.
Okay.
And then recently Zorak Drampa, when that came out, that got me 144 CP.
Oh wow.
Which was the rest that I needed, which was regionals top 64, then 2 League Cup wins. So actually it's 154, I believe.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, 154, yeah.
Very cool. And those are all pretty different decks. I was wondering if there would be like a theme, but they all play very, very differently. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I don't really play any one style of deck. Like I'll play anything and everything really. Like I'm not really a one-trick pony sort of player, I guess.
Okay. I am, so that's good. And Rhys, how about you? What decks got you the most points?
Yeah, so I am a one-trick pony player, and I play decks that just play loads of Shaman because we like to draw cards.
Yeah.
So the deck that earned me the most points was Mega Gardevoir with Max Elixir. So
Okay.
I played it I started playing it right back in November for Liverpool regionals.
Mm-hmm.
It just runs like Gardevoir, but you just draw cards, and it's more consistent because you play Max Elixir, and the Mega Turbos just clog your hand in the first turn, obviously, unless you draw the cards in the perfect order.
Right.
And then later in the season, especially when Guardians Rising came out, because Mega Gardevoir, Mega Decks in general are just not as good now because of Choice Band. Right. And GX is like don't need a tool, so Choice Band. They're just worse.
Right.
So, and it also uses loads of items. So I switched to Decidueye Vileplume.
Okay.
But I'm like a very fussy player in my decks. Like I won't play. I'll just dismiss a lot of things because Connor knows in testing everyone's like giving me meta lists. I'm like, nah, we'll just change it a bit. So I went like three Shaman, 1 Lele. And then would go like 2 Alolan. I started off with 2 Alolan Vulpix with no Ninetales.
Mm-hmm.
So you just beacon. So you basically on your first turn you would dig for turn 1 Vileplume and then just beacon away.
Okay.
And then you get out 3 Decidueye. But I was playing that to mainly counter the counters to Drampagarb.
Right.
So stuff like Vikavolt. I played 2 Vikavolt decks. This was a Birmingham regionals.
Okay.
So I wanted to counter the counters. So and then my list then sort of just got a little bit more standard. Like I started playing Coco Promo, but it was still Decidueye Vileplume, and I still had one Vulpix in, which I managed to keep in despite all my friends saying, cut Vulpix, it's bad.
Yeah.
But I insisted on keeping one. So that got me 134 CP, and Meg Gardevoir got me 179. So that's over 300 from just the 2 decks.
Yeah. And when you played Meg Gardevoir, did you play a split?
Oh no, it was all Steam Siege, and then it was all, and then the basics was, apart from the first tournament I played it at, I played one Generations Gardevoir, and like all the basic themes. Then I was like, nah, this is trash. We need all Steam Siege, because I especially found against Darkrai, like with the 2 energy, the Link Blast does 100 to Darkrai. So the quad Darkrai matchup was like, if you just knew to do that and then you just retreat and despair and discard it, like you could generally win.
Yeah.
It was good against Giratina Rex as well. Like when they just put a DD on, you then hit a knockout on it.
Right.
Just having like 2 energy on yourself.
Yeah.
Because in the UK, for the first regional, Liverpool, Darkrai Dragons was like really hyped at like league challenges. Everyone thought it was going to be like the deck to win, and then like 2 made top 32 because everyone was gunning for it.
Okay. Cool. Well, I actually don't like fairies in general, but most of my favorite decks are fairy type. So, what can I say? Next question: how many points did you earn from cups and LCs each quarter? LCs being league challenges.
So I sort of had to estimate,
right?
Because there's no filtration on like Pokemon.com to sort of figure out like what event dates there are for each quarter.
Yeah.
So my estimations were basically first quarter was 27 CP.
Okay.
Which was like a league challenge win and a league challenge second.
Yeah.
Second quarter was 84 CP, and that's when we went to a league cup. We went to like 1 league cup or 2. Went to a lot of league challenges though. Third quarter was 124. That was some like league cups with like there were a lot of league cups then.
But
and like the
question on this, like some of those don't get counted, right?
No.
Because you have a BFL of 2.
Yeah.
So do you know how many would you have gotten 84?
I think it was like, I don't think it would have been 84. Like it would have been small. It would probably have been lower, like low 70s sort of thing.
Okay.
I think anyway. But this was working off of the numbers of like 379, like splitting that up,
right?
Sort of in such a sense that it totals up to that,
right?
And then last quarter, like fourth quarter, I got 154. So like other quarters probably would have been lower than that because like all my CP from the last quarter was Zoro Grandpa.
Right. And how much did you get from league cups and league challenges in the fourth quarter? Do you think, like with your 2 BFLs, if you can remember?
In the fourth quarter, I got 100. I actually maxed out on league cups.
You got 110.
I got 110 CP. Yeah, I went to 3 league. Well, I went to 5 league cups because Birmingham Regionals had 2 on the Friday and the Sunday, and I did dreadfully. I needed like a top 8, and then I could have just won a league cup and been done with the invite, and that would have given me like 354 or something.
Right.
But I just had a horrible run, and just like went home basically.
Okay.
The ID screwed you in the first one, to be fair.
Yeah, like everybody ID'd, and I was like 10th on resistance.
Okay.
But then I went to like 3 consecutive league cups and got like 2nd and then 2 first places.
Nice, that's awesome. And 2 more questions. How many people were at those league cups? About, if you remember, in the second and first places.
So the second place was like 20 something. It was like probably like 24. One of the first places was 16 people, and the other was 22, I believe.
Okay.
Like in the Midlands where we live, like the centre of the UK, there's like the player base isn't massive, unfortunately. Okay. So like when we test like in our team sort of thing, we all congregate at like just someone's house because there's no local league or anything like that.
Okay. And then my last question for you, if you remember on your third quarter, how many did you get from cups and challenges from your 2 BFLs?
My third quarter,
if you can estimate.
I think it was. I think I only went to 2 cups or something like that. I didn't go to many, but no, actually I did. I went to 2 cups. I got top 4 at once, so 35, and then I won. I also won one.
Okay, so in about 90.
The one I won was like the absolute middle of nowhere. Like, we were trying so hard for points at that point, and it was like a 4-hour drive from where we live, which I guess in the US doesn't sound. I guess in, like, to you it doesn't sound like a lot, like traveling from state to state.
4-hour
for us
drive
in the
for
UK,
a cup is a lot. People do it, but I don't do that.
Yeah,
because we have a lot where I live.
Yeah, it was like a 4-hour drive, and there were like 12 people.
Okay.
Like, and the only 3, I guess, good players as such there, like people playing proper decks, were myself, Rhys, and then our teammate.
Okay.
And I basically just played Mega Rayquaza and just bodied everything.
Nice. And do you all so one issue we have here is, like, we have a team of, say, 20 people. This question's for both of you all. I'm sorry, we have a team of like 7 people or 10 people or 5 people, depending, and you're testing with your team for a cup, and it's a little weird because, like, you can counter each other, and you guys are normally going to be a decent portion of the top tables.
Yeah.
Do you run into that?
Oh, definitely. Especially at London, no, because Connor 100% countered me, and then admitted it the week after. So
when we went to Wales, which was a 4-hour drive, I didn't know what I was playing at all. I was testing Darkrai still, I think, and just wasn't happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it got to like 3 in the morning. I still didn't know what I was going to play. Then Rhys just said, I'm going to play Mega Gardevoir. And then our teammate was just playing Volcanion. So I'm like, well, they're going to be the only good people there. So I'll just play Mega Rayquaza, which is just good against both.
Right.
So
we got well and truly Snake there.
Yeah.
But still managed to come second, though, so that was okay.
Good.
Yeah, but like, I think within our team of like 5, how many is it? 6 people? Yeah, 6 people. We don't tech for each other. Like, that's not something we usually do.
Okay.
Like, even for small events, if we're all playing, we don't usually tech.
Okay.
Usually at a League Cup, if we get paired and we're like the only players who know what to do and we're going to get top cut, then we sometimes just ID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes
yeah,
sense.
then sometimes one of us will scoot, like, to put the other in a better position, to be like hiring cuts so we don't see each other until like top 4.
Right.
Sort
Makes
of thing.
sense. So you can both make it.
Yeah, like we deliberately. I tried one League Cup where we'd all be on the top. Like, there were 3 of us 2 and someone called Nilo. We're all trying to get our invite, and we all needed at least top 4 points. It was top 8 cut, so we tried to make sure that we're all at the top 4 of the bracket, so that we wouldn't get paired in top 8.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. And then Rhys, what about you for cups and LCs? How many points did you get? And about how many did you attend each quarter?
Yeah, so I've just done points awarded, not earned. So that takes into account the BFL.
Yeah.
So first quarter was 25, and I went to 7 challenges, and then second quarter was 77 from 1 League Cup win and 6 league challenges. So there's just basically we're going to the league challenges, not really just grinding for points, just sort of playing the game, and that sort of became our testing, because we don't have a league really, so we test by going to league challenges.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
then third.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, did you say 72 with the first place would be 55 or no 70?
It's 77. 77.
Okay.
So first place
that was because.
Oh no, that would be 67. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
so
67.
55 plus 12.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. All right,
That's my math.
That's fine.
I was going to say, I know 1 quarter we went to 1 league challenge and we had 32 players, so there was actually top 8 points.
I got that one time.
Quarter 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like, what is this league challenge? This is in Norwich, and then we didn't get home till like that was like a 3-hour drive for us as well. And we just went because like the league's so good.
Yeah.
Like in terms of fun, and the players are so nice.
Yeah, it's some of the nicest players in the UK.
Oh, great. Very cool. And then you were
yes.
quarter 3.
So third quarter was 80 points from 3 cups and 2. Well, the challenges now become irrelevant, but 2 challenges. So that was a second and a top 4, I believe. Yeah, so that adds up to 80. Because that was a second to Connor, and then a top 4 at I think it was at Manchester, which is only 2 hours for us. But then in the fourth quarter, it was just 2 cups and 2 challenges. So it was one weekend we went to 2 League Cups, and I managed to qualify. I managed to get the 90 points from that weekend, which was the end of my invite, which was pretty good.
Great.
It was worth the weekend.
That one weekend,
it was a very good weekend.
That one weekend, 4 of us got our invite in like a small group of us in the UK that were all sort of gunning for the last few points for our invite. So in like 2 days, we all got our invite basically, which was really good.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So I think it's important to say that I'm not sure how it works in the US, but for us, we basically had like 2.5 quarters of League Cups, if that, because it was like first quarter everyone got none, and then second quarter was November to the end of January,
right?
And we didn't really January see any until
January.
I think we had a couple in December, if I remember correctly, but the end of December. Yeah, League Cups were really competitive then.
Yeah, in January for us, League Cups were like much bigger than the third and fourth quarter.
Right.
So like, and they're much more competitive. Like you go to a League Cup and there might be close to 10 Worlds players there, which is just a bit crazy, really. Because the UK, you can pretty much get, as long as you're willing to drive quite a way, you can get almost where you want to go, unless it's like Scotland, which is right. That's like 8 hours drive. Yeah. But so we basically had in the second quarter, there was probably not even 10 cups in 1 month because so many stores just couldn't get like authorized to do them fast enough.
Right.
So a lot of stores didn't do one until the third quarter.
Yeah.
Then by the third and fourth quarter, there was then like more of a surplus.
Very cool. Okay. Yeah, that's very similar to us. And then how many regionals did you each attend?
3. We only had 3 in the UK. And like we said, we didn't travel outside of the UK at all to go to any like European events or anything like that.
Right.
And the 3 were Liverpool, Sheffield, and Birmingham.
Okay.
So it was sort of like one regional a quarter sort of thing.
Okay.
And we both got points from 2, right, Connor?
I got points from 3.
Oh, you got points from one of them. Oh,
yeah,
well done to you.
Yeah, I top 64 on all 3 regionals. Okay.
Oh, that's great.
I was on my winning in and had a headache, so I was like, and then I got paid against someone who wanted their invite, so I was just like, just have the win, because like during the season, me and Connor both the same. We got to a point where you were just playing for fun, but then like they put the points down, and then like because at 500, I'm pretty sure the UK would have only had like 5 people qualify.
Yeah.
So, but now we've got about 15.
Like even on our second regional, we were still on the assumption that it was 500 CP.
Yeah.
But then they lowered the CP to 350, and they boosted like how much CP cups and regionals provided.
Right.
So like I was at I think it was at like 170 something. I got boosted to like 240.
Wow.
And that was the point where I was like, I could definitely get the invite at this point.
That's great. And did you all said you did go to the international?
Yeah,
we both went to
London.
We both went to the London International.
But that was the only one.
And we both did badly.
Okay. Yeah. It's a pretty tough tournament for sure. So a couple questions more. Do you all have? Well, I'll start with this one. What do you think is the difference between you all and somebody who was close but didn't quite get the invite?
I think you definitely have to perform at a regional in terms of like get some points. So it's like if you, I'm taking just like it's the UK. You have to go to all 3, but then you have to at least get 1, probably even 2 top 64s to have a chance.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many points you can earn from cups, and I think that makes the difference. Like some people can go to just like I would say especially you go to places like Wales and Norwich, and there you've got players who probably could qualify, but like they only go to like the local few league cups, like, and they don't go to every regional, so that they won't get it. They'll just miss out. They'll get like 250 CP.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's like the willingness to actually travel.
Yeah,
it's like a lot of people aren't at all willing to do that, or like know the people that allow them to travel, because obviously fuel is expensive. So like traveling to events on your own is more than it would be if you were traveling with more people, like carpooling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out to Rita for she's very good at carpooling. This is someone's mom who we're trying to get her to play more, but I don't know. She has beaten me. I've lost to Rita, but no, she's very good, and she drives us everywhere, and we just sleep in the car. And
oh wow, yeah,
she's fantastic.
That sounds awesome. Very kind of her. And do you all have any advice for somebody who is either just started maybe mid last season or decided this year I'm going to go for the invite with the lowered CP to 350 or something like that? Do you have any advice for somebody who's looking to go for their invite next year?
I think like we're both quite different because I qualified last year. I've been playing quite a bit longer than Connor, but I sort of just play like casually. Like I'm in first year uni, so it's like hard with that to travel like out of the country because you have to miss days. But I think that the biggest thing to say is as a player who's sort of we've switched systems because I used to play when cities were on, and I never used to go to every regional then. It's definitely go to every regional you can, and like definitely put the effort into testing. Like sometimes it might be worth missing like a league challenge to spend a day testing like with your friends or whatever, and like then you'll do better at the next event rather than just try and chain events over and over. Like I definitely found that, and don't keep changing decks as well. I think because then you'll do better with a deck that's worse in the meta, but that you know how to play. Like especially at League Cups, where at the end of the day you're going to get probably at least a couple of free wins in 5 rounds. You've only got to probably win one or two more games, then you've got to play top 8. And then the important thing is making sure you know your deck that you can win, because your top 8 match isn't going to be against the random.
Right.
Like they're going to be someone good. So therefore, and if you lose that if you go to a load of League Cups, get top 8, then lose, then you'll get no points.
Yeah. True. And
Connor, do you have anything to add?
I don't know. I guess my view is a lot different from Rhys. Rhys has been playing a lot longer than I have. I've only been playing for 2 years, and I was very fortunate to meet the people that I did when I did. So I was sort of like playing for 6 months with friends, and then went to the local league when we had one, and met Rhys and some other people, and basically got to know like actually like what a meta deck is, what a good deck is, things sort of like that. So I think it's about the people you know, and playing a meta deck. Like even like because when I first played, I played like all sorts of wacky stuff, stuff that had like good thought and theory behind it, but didn't necessarily work as such.
Right.
So playing a meta deck that you might not necessarily like is a good thing. Just because it's actually good. Actually like knowing actually like knowing the deck as well will just give better performance than something you just picked up.
Yeah.
Like I think as someone who's not played as like very long, that's the best advice I could ever give, really.
Okay, very cool.
But like in my first year of play, we had a lot more expanded events in the UK. I basically played 2 regional events with Raikou Eels.
Yeah.
Like, and I absolutely love this deck. Like, it's probably my favorite deck in the game. And every opportunity I had, I just played it and played it and played it and played it.
Yeah.
And it got me like 235 CP in my first year of play.
Nice.
Which was like almost the invite. But even if I had got the invite, I couldn't have gone because I just didn't have the money. Like, I was at college.
Right.
With no sort of income. Whereas now I work a 9-to-5 job Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Which obviously allows me to travel more at weekends. And like next year I'll travel to European events. But like just playing the same deck over and over, it's like what Rhys said. Like whether it's bad in the field, that might necessarily be a bad thing just because you know the deck.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys very much. Is there any shout outs or anything you want to give before we end?
So definitely shout outs to our team. So we are team Brown Sleeves, and that's brown, not pink.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're being copied by someone. But so that's me, Connor, my brother Luke, Jono, Jason, and Shay. So yeah, cheers everyone for all the. We do like weird theory modding, and we have like a group chat, and then there's like all this weird like random suggestions and stuff, and it's quite good. It's nice to have people to bounce ideas off, and people to tell me to keep taking my full pixes out when I'm not running 9-tails.
Yeah. Connor?
I don't know. I don't really have shout outs. I guess shout out to everyone in Coventry, sort of the West Midlands group. I guess I know who they are, in a sense. I'd definitely say they're some of the best players in the UK.
I'm sorry, who is?
And it's, as we've already mentioned, Rita, definite shout out. We all love Rita.
Oh, so like I guess the West Midlands like is Tamal Cameron, Luke Kirkham.
Oh, okay.
I guess in a sense Joe Bernard.
Yeah.
Those guys. Like knowing them and then being able to theory mon with them is like insane.
Yeah.
I think there's some of the top players in Europe, if not like I guess the world. Maybe that's pushing it a little bit.
They're certainly up there in the world. So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, they've between them they've mullered me enough times. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time and patience here. And
no, thanks for having us.
No problem. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, for sure. All right.